Hi, my name is Moshe Kindler, and I'm the publisher of The Jewish Link.
Hi, this is Elizabeth Kratz. I'm editor of The Jewish Link.
And you're on the Jewish Link Pitch Meeting podcast. All right, we are here for the Jewish Link Pitch Meeting podcast, and I have a very special guest, someone who I've known for really a long time. His name is Chanan Vogel, okay? Chanan... You've been involved in so many things in our community, I lose track of them, and I actually have lost track of them, to be honest. But you come from a family that is well known for their creativity, for their activism, for their community involvement, and it looks like you're another Vogel that is getting involved. So we'll start it off. You're here. We invited Chanan here as for our Pitch Meeting podcast because you are in the news and you're making the news, and I'll just tell you that the truth is, I wish I was you, because in many ways we had the same thought. And it really has to do, it started with October 7th, and it started with some of the first protests. And you're here because you're the main force, the creative force, the driver behind our challenge, which is really to try to find for our community, for the whole Jewish community, some new voices, new songs, new approaches. I'll shut up actually, and I'll let everyone hear what Chanan Vogel, what you're doing here. I know you're not so happy to be here, and you're a little bit scared. If you can, I don't know if the camera can capture, but his lips are quivering and his fingers are.
No, I just don't want to embarrass myself. But Moshe, thank you so much for that nice introduction about my family history, and I'm honored to be here, and I'm honored that the Jewish Link has taken this on. You know, when I wrote that email to you guys, I was really feeling very strongly, and as October 7th has affected us so traumatically. You know, we all have different reactions. Everyone's helping in their own way. I thought that this would be, just a nice idea, a nice step forward, and also it's creative, and I love creative new things, especially when the Jewish community has a need and is missing, blatantly missing some piece in our arsenal to defend Israel and to defend against anti-Semitism. So thanks for taking it on, and thanks for having me here.
You're welcome. We're happy to have you. Let's start at the beginning. Like, when did you wake up, so to speak, and when did you realize that it was like what got you started, so to speak?
It's a good question. I think there were a few different moments, but I think since October 7th, we've all had traumatic experiences, and one of the things that I found therapeutic was just writing down banner ideas, writing down I was so angry and so sad that the narrative that was being spread out to the world was not truthful, and that it was going out there with such force that people were just gobbling it up. And so I was searching for that magic bullet. I wanted that one slogan that I could hold up on a sign that people would read and just be like, wow, I didn't think of it that way. I am now pro-Israel. I love the Jews, and that magic bullet moment. And so I would write these down, and I didn't know if maybe it was just my own craziness, if I was the only one who did this, but apparently I'm not. Apparently other people did this as well. And so it just, I thought it was therapeutic, and I thought if we bring it to the masses, that it could help others, and it could also really give us a better chance of finding that magic bullet.
And I know you saw a letter to the editor by a friend and writer and I guess colleague and partner on this, Zach Greenberg. So.
Yes, I got to meet Zach. So interesting. I don't sleep very well at night. So 3:00 Shabbos morning. I didn't
know that.
You know how that feels. Oh, okay.
I actually thought you did sleep well.
So yeah. So not since for the last 20 years, but anyway, it helps me because late at night, I woke up at 3 a.m. on a Shabbos, and of course, I have the Jewish Link, and I cracked it open, and I start reading it through, and I read Zach Greenberg's letter to the editor, and it spoke to me. it spoke to me, and I finally found out for sure there are others that that think like me and think like us, and want to just at least give it a shot. Try and put together some chants and some slogans, because and what Zach wrote that spoke to me so much was that, we only have two chants. We have Am Yisrael Chai, and we have Bring Them Home, and they're okay. I think that, for the non-Jewish audience or anyone who's not already initiated and loves Israel, I think that those are both a little bit tough. Am Yisrael Chai is Hebrew, and for Bring Them Home, it's who's that there? That's directed to Tzahal, and it's really to strengthen ourselves. But the outside world who is watching this, the people who have yet to make up their mind, it didn't really speak to them. So I thought Zach was right on. Contacted him, and it was great. We were like kindred spirits. He's so creative, and we threw out a bunch of different ideas. So one of them that I loved that we have not yet done was, I thought that this reminded me a lot of my days working at Camp Matov, and we're in the camping world. So we understand rallies very well because we call them color war, and there are chants and there are experts that and great counselors that come up with amazing chants. And if one team is shouting out, the other team is not going to be like, I don't need to get involved with this chanting stuff. We're above this, Instead, no, they try and outdo them. So I thought we'd bring it to the Jewish camps. I thought that would be really neat, and have kind of like a inter-chant contest.
New word, interchants. Okay.
The problem was that it's
I mean, like a Sharia in a sense, like a song, like a sing contest or sing off.
Right. So exactly. So and Sharias are fun. They're fun. So I just thought though some of the chants, some of the most effective ones are going to be a little negative, and so maybe that's not the route. Then we had some other ideas that we threw out, but Zach really had a great idea to put it in the Jewish link. And it's kind of like crowdsourcing the answer, and crowdsourcing is awesome because it just gets everybody involved and everybody, putting we have so many creative minds within the Jewish community, and let's put them to work, and let's have a constructive outcome that maybe might be able to move the needle, just a little bit.
I know you were also you got involved a little bit in Bergen County Jewish Action Committee, BC Jack. So just tell me a little bit, because I know that's how some of our judges you connected to, possibly.
Sure, yeah. BC Jack is a great organization. It's these four women who have been really proactive about fighting against anti-Semitism and organizing our community to organize rallies and to come out and getting all of us to be active in the political arena, making sure that our Board of Ed is held accountable, making sure that our...
By the way, if you remember, it was a lot of the initial stuff was this high school. Okay, the Board of Ed. It was before the real estate event, I think, that's where you had all these multiple events at Teaneck High School, at Municipal Hall. I think you were there also as well. Like those multiple, like almost feel like once a week almost or more. That really, I think, kind of got us, just feel that feeling under attack. I have some bad news, unfortunately, which is the election coming up is going to be difficult. I'm just worried.
Why is that?
Because it looks like the slate, there will be a very anti-Israel slate of candidates.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just saying, be prepared for a tough election season. So what I'm saying is, hopefully some of the stuff that we're working on, we unfortunately may see the light of day. So sooner rather than later. All right, let's talk about the contest. Let's talk about how it's going. Let's talk about the judges. I know we're laughing, but it's actually pretty serious business. We're really, in a sense, you're trying to change. Like you said it. We're trying to change how our community talks about herself, sings about herself. It's pretty big stuff. So let's talk about how we're going to get there. Let's talk about our judges. Let's talk about the whole process. And yes, I do want to hear. We are going to sing, and I'm okay. Go for it. Yeah. So.
All right. So, and when we do the chants, you'll
absolutely. Hell yeah. Absolutely.
Right. Fantastic. Yeah. So the chant contest is amazing. We were originally, thinking, how can we make this where it's just not, I didn't want to judge it. I'm not an expert. I'm not a PR person. I thought it'd be great to bring in others, and especially people who are so active in our community. So put together an amazing panel, and I call them all heroes for Israel. They wouldn't want me to say that out loud, but I really look up to all of them. We have on the panel, we have Ari Wartelski, who is just like a super creative, super funny guy, and also underratedly, he has great skills in organizing. He's very active and runs Tokei Shabbos, and so he
Chevra Kadisha, other things. He's just a super involved, but also has a bit of a musical bent as well.
Correct. He's also very involved with Yeshivat Noam, and I'd worked with him before, and he's a close friend of mine. We did the Yeshivat Noam graduation, roving graduation during COVID time, which was really a ton of fun. So at that event, he was orchestrating the exact route of how we were going to drive this big parade float through town. It was not so easy because you had to go only on roads that had 13.5-foot clearance, so you had to drive it beforehand. And we did this. We did 87 graduations, all within 2 days. So he's tried and true. So anyway, so October 7th comes. He wants to help and calls a few people, gets some office space, and to date they've gotten donations and put together 13,000 huge bags of supplies for Chayalim, all sorts of different things, and tactical and toiletries, and just if there's a need, he filled it. And so unbelievable guy. So he was number one on my list.
Yep.
And then we have Rachel Sorolnik, who's on BC Jack.
One of those co-founders.
So BC Jack is an unbelievable organization. Rachel's extremely talented, and she is involved and an expert in PR and in fundraising and talking with people and organizing, and she's been really great. Who else do we have? We have Abby Sophia. So Abby runs the Run for Israel
on Sundays.
Sundays, right? Every Sunday, 10 a.m. at Voti Park, where they get 200 people that come and they're walking around Voti Park with Israeli flags and with posters for the hostages, really to raise awareness of the hostages. And I don't know what her background was before this, but very, very, it's very impressive that she's taken that on, and she's done it for every.
She's one of the most talented. She's one of the most established photographers, videographers in the community. So she has an eye for the visual without question, and she's creative as well. So hopefully, I think it was a good choice.
That's a great point. And then Rebbe Strachler is
your rabbi,
my rabbi at Rinat, and he's super. He does a lot of things for Israel. He went on missions, and he's gotten our shul to get donations for clothing for the refugees, and he's been unbelievable. And one thing that really speaks to me is I love fireworks. I love big events, anything with wow factor. And he put together, and this is the second year in a row that he's done it for Yom HaAtzmaut, an amazing drone show here in Teaneck at Voti Park. And it's just magical. You watch it, it's magical. I told people the first year, okay, this is going to be neat. I'd never seen it before. It blew me away. This year, finally, my friends and everyone I told about it, they all came. We had 5,000 people there this year.
It was big. Yeah. And by the way, Rabbi organized that whole thing.
Yes.
He came to Teaneck a few years ago, and it bothered him. This is before October 7th. It bothered him that there was no strong Teaneck, a modern Orthodox religious Zionist community for the most part. How come we don't have a great Yom Ha'atzmaut event? And he said, the shul couldn't have, Reinhard didn't need him to be doing this. Okay. He really felt that this is something that was important, and he did it. And I want you to give credit to him. And it's exactly why he's your rabbi, and exactly why he's a judge, I think, as well. He's a very, very, very special person as well, no question.
Yeah, and for him, we just need to say special to Philo that on Yom Ha'atzmaut, as long as we're doing this drone show, that we should have good weather, because we'd have to come up with a backup plan. But really, just incredible and event. And so I thought also by being a judge and being on the panel, it would draw some attention to his great work and all their great work. They're really phenomenal people, phenomenally talented, and have made a tremendous impact.
100%. Okay. So those are the judges. Let's hear how the process has been going on your end on the judging. All I know is I've seen some submissions related to the Torah, to Tanakh, to pop culture, to comedy, movies. I've seen a lot of different things. I have not heard many of them sung. One of the things that we're talking about in the background, which I'll mention now, is trying to get more people to submit short videos or audio clips, those kinds of things, which I know. But tell me, you tell me, Chanan. Tell what's going on with the judging, and we're getting closer to having to sing as much as we may be worried about it. So, yeah.
So the way the contest has been running, for anyone who's listening to this, the viewers, every week we take the submissions of that week and I send it to the judges. And it is completely, we don't write who wrote the chants because we don't want to have any influence. They should just choose the best chants and the best slogans, and they choose the best ones. And you've been publishing them each week. The top three, and plus each judge gets one golden buzzer. There's one that they really like, and they want to have it in. So regardless of how many votes it gets, it will get an honorable mention. So it's been going phenomenally well. We've been getting lots of submissions, but we could always use more. And we're running the contest through July. And the hope is, in the end, we have a great master list that anyone who's at a counter protest, at a rally, that they can use these chants. And they have something to say, and they're not just passively holding flags, which just even being there definitely is the most important thing. But this could really add another dimension to it. Correct.
100%, absolutely.
So
I see we have a list in front of us of some favorites. And by the way, I appreciate the American Idol references. I actually didn't know we were calling it a golden buzzer, but that's okay.
Well, we didn't write that in, but we stole the idea from. It's great. The judges should feel like they have the ultimate power here, in which they do, and so much so that some chants that I really liked, they did not choose. So I know I brought a short list of my favorite chants so far of the ones that have been chosen. And then a short list of ones that have not been published. But I like them. I think they're great. And I don't know. We haven't found that magic bullet that we're looking for, but you know what? This is a step in the right direction. Absolutely. And it's fun. It's fun. And maybe other people find it therapeutic also. I don't know.
The answer is first of all, a lesson I've learned in thing when you never really there's a formula to getting things to go viral, but there's also element of chance and mazel and luck. So I have a feeling that one or two of these will have legs. You never know. People may actually be singing some of the stuff in 10, 20 years, but I have a feeling it may not be any of the ones. For all you know, Chanan could be the one that everyone hated but you liked. You never know. So that's what I'm saying. The lesson is we never really know, but how things exactly go viral.
Right.
Speaking of going viral, so let's go.
We could go ahead and all right. So all right. So here we go, and feel free. You can chant in. I'm going to
join you for some of them. So
yeah. Okay. So the first one came from David Jaspy, and it goes like this. No more silence, no more hate. Stand up for the Jewish state.
And just keep repeating that.
No more silence, no more hate. Stand up for the Jewish state. So I think that, strong, pretty strong.
Yeah.
Another one that I liked came from Lori G. Hirsch.
Mm-hmm.
We won't run. We won't hide. We are filled with Jewish pride.
It's good chant.
Yeah. We won't run. We won't hide. We are filled with Jewish pride. Okay. And I always like the positive, the positive ones.
I know we got a bunch of negative ones. Like we're making fun, casting aspersion, making fun of the other side, but I think we've stayed away from some of those. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, so all right. So here's another one that I liked a lot. No more fear, no more fright. Israel's future is so bright. And then, I brought a list of chants that did not make it, that I thought either were fun or, funny and great, but they didn't translate exactly when the judges saw them. All right. So, okay, here we go. So this was like one of my first chants that I came up with my family around the Shabbos table. And
I want you to understand, I don't underestimate the power of the Vogel Shabbos table. Okay, I'm being very serious. I think that you. I wouldn't have been surprised if you would have come up with your own winning ones. Okay, I'm still not forgetting about it. But let's hear. I want to hear what you guys came up with, because I think the Vogels have a lot of power. So
okay, all right. So here we go. So it goes like this. This one's a little bit color war-y, campy. All right. So I'm going to need your help with it.
You got it. I'm happy to help.
So I'm going to say, who's indigenous? And you're going to say, we're indigenous.
Got it.
Ready? Who's indigenous?
We're indigenous.
Who's indigenous?
We're indigenous.
And then we got there first. We got there first with the tomahawk chop. We got there first. We got there first. We got there first.
I got that. That's not bad. That's actually pretty cute. That was what you guys came up with. By the way, I want to tell you, I like it because it's a little bit complex. It's not as straightforward as not as linear as some of the other ones. It's actually not. That's not bad. So
right.
That was the first one.
I think as a group, I think it energizes. Plus, it's got the hand motions, and in camp, when you get the hand motions go, you're winning color.
Yeah, the tomahawk chop is important.
The tomahawk chop.
That was a real. By the way, I wonder if there are any other hand motions out there. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Here's more of a linear one that I liked and I thought could be really great for college campuses. Those kids on college campuses, they're really on the front lines with these things, and we really need to help them out. So here it goes. Sharia law is not for me. I choose democracy.
Mm-hmm.
Sharia law is not for me. I choose democracy.
Yeah.
So I think it could speak to really those other students on campus. And this one came in from Shira Foreman. She actually didn't submit it. I was.
Mother, are you sure it was her? Because I thought it might have been her husband. Isn't this Howie's?
Howie might get some credit also
because he's also someone who's he's great. He's humorous.
The truth is, maybe they didn't give me permission for this. I hope that they're okay with it in retrospect, but we could always edit it out. But she's hilarious. They're so funny. They're really great, humorous people. And she came up with this. Yeah, I'm going to need your help with it. Okay.
You got it.
So give me a bagel. And then you scream out, bagel. Ready?
Got it.
Give me a bagel.
Bagel.
Give me some lox.
Lox.
Give me a let's defeat Hamas.
Let's defeat Hamas.
There you go. One more time. Give me a bagel.
Bagel.
Give me some lox.
Lox.
Give me a let's defeat Hamas.
Let's defeat Hamas. Or Hamas, yeah.
How great is that?
That's
I mean,
cute.
it's just funny. It kind of...
It's responsive also.
It's responsive.
Yeah.
It's very memorable. People won't forget it. And I think Shira came up with it as like, it's a joke. But
That's cute. That's cute.
But she's hoping to win one of the prizes. Maybe if now that we've outed her and said it, we're going to put it online.
Speaking of the prizes, since we're talking American Idol, we're obviously not talking about getting to a show in Las Vegas. Obviously we'll talk a little about the prizes. I think you and I are both involved in the prizes. So. And I think you said you wanted the prizes to be like fun, talking points.
Exactly. We're working on a budget, but more so for this whole contest was really to create buzz and to get people motivated, and so I figured, people at the Shabbos tables, maybe they'll take the Jewish link and they'll read the chants each week with their families, and they'll talk about the crazy prizes that they have. So one prize is a 15-foot tall flagpole. When you're at these rallies, there's always that one guy that's got the monster flagpole.
Yep.
He's got the most pride. He just he looks the part. So you could be proud, and you could have your own Jewish link
Israeli
flagpole. And it people have asked me, like, how are we going to get this to a rally? It's crazy. It's so big. I told them it's collapsible. You'll be able to get around it. Very convenient. And so people, I like it. It's fun. It's fun. And then the golden megaphone. If you come up with a great chant, you need a megaphone to shout it to the crowd. So
looks like we'll have to start researching how to get like a golden megaphone. Perfect.
I don't know if it's gold plated or maybe it's just gold in color.
Yeah, got it. No problem.
But very neat. And then what I think is the grand prize, lunch with Moshe Kindle.
Wow, I'm honored. I don't know I don't know why I let that one stay in. I think I must have been off my game. But the truth is, I did it because because you thought it was a good idea, Chanan, and only because you thought it'd be nice. The answer is, I'm happy to have lunch with any of our winners, all of the winners, and I'm happy to take you out to any one of the local restaurants.
Wow.
And for sure, if that's an appealing prize,
it is a huge special honor.
Okay.
And I would think it's even the grand prize. Super special.
Let's not go crazy now. Okay. We do actually have a grand
Moshe,
prize.
I love you. You're fantastic to talk to. Plus, you run this amazing newspaper. That's just and you started it from scratch. And it's just you're super fascinating. I think anyone if your staff is listening in right now, of course, everyone would want to do lunch with you. I'd love to do lunch with you.
Thanks,
Here's
the grand prize. I like this one.
The grand prize is either a shul kiddush, which I think also will be like a buzz. That's a real prize.
We're gonna do it together. By the way, we're meaning basically a kiddush for your shul. If you win, your shul gets a kiddush. I love it.
Yeah,
that's good. The first, I love it. I just love it. It's a great idea. The only question is we have to decide. We have to make sure that whoever's giving the kiddush is a Jewish Link advertiser. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough. So, either the shul kiddush or the artisanal pizza party. I heard about this great company. They'll come to your house and it brings these ovens and they bake it on premises.
They're great. Yeah. I think there's 3 or 4 companies out there like doing that. We have one in the paper, Pizza Biza. There are others, and by the way, Chanan, if you have the ability to afford this, it's a great experience. But we're deciding. I mean, we have to decide what we want to offer.
So exactly. Uh-huh. So by the end of July, when we have that final list, the judges will choose the ultimate winners of each one of the prizes. and we'll make it happen.
Can't wait. I love it. Before we sign off, like I know there was, besides the fun aspect and besides the creative aspect, I know there was something else that was also, I mean, I think one of the goals is as part of these chants, we want to create kind of, some of these become part of like a kit. One of the takeaways is that we, the Jewish Link, Chanan, there's something that we're kind of giving out to any type of crowd or protest. So you know, tell me about it. I know you were thinking about something. So
yeah, so I think really I'm hoping that the results, we're going to have this list of chants, but even more so the pro-Palestinian side has spent hundreds of millions of dollars and years and years and years refining their whole
their message, their approach,
their message, and they've put together these media kits that are.
You showed me offline. I remember seeing it. It was amazing.
Yeah, just really just incredible stuff, and they cover. They have a list of chants. They have different ways of how to talk to the media, what messages to give, how to organize a rally, and also links to many organizations that will help them or have more resources for them. And I think our the Jewish people and specifically, students on college campuses, it'd be nice for them to have this resource and this tool to put together a rally of their own, put together a protest of their own, so that they don't have to, just kind of avoid and be quiet. It just gives them another. So I'm hoping that we can make this into a kit. And so, the kit can be used to kind of train our people, to help anyone who's pro-Israel just get our message across and do it in a
better way, stronger,
right?
Yeah. And hopefully, I think the goal is ultimately to change, to actually have an impact. I think that's the plan. Is that it may sound sounds funny, sounds comical, even a little silly what we're trying to do, but at the end of the day, the hope is that we'll have a broader impact, and we'll never really know. But I think that's, in a sense, I think that Chanan, what we're saying is, we're trying something, we're doing something. When we're throwing it up against the wall, and we don't know what we're going to achieve, but we have a goal. We're hoping we get to that goal. So.
Yeah, 100%. We, just even moving the needle a little bit, and also just giving ourselves and our people the ability to fight back is empowering. And if we do put together, we're going to have a list, and if it does get used, it's a great credit to you, to the Jewish Link. It is a great tool that we can feel very proud that we were a part of, and that everybody really who's submitted and spent a little bit of time putting it in. And I do want to mention also, there's a guy that I met through the contest, and Ari Abramowitz,
sure,
who lives in Israel. And I didn't know this till after we started the contest, but he has been compiling a list,
yep.
And he has he's been working very hard, and he's put together a very, very nice list, and we've been in touch with him and hoping to join forces. And big shout out to him also for leading an effort as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, he contacted me also. Really nice guy. Okay, well, thank you, Chanan. Thank you for what you said about the Jewish Link. I know we have running through for another few weeks. Tell people just how to they can submit or sign up or and participate. Obviously, it's looking at the Jewish Link, but if there's anything else you want to add and any last thought.
Yeah, so we have one of those special codes in the Jewish Link. You'll see on the front page of the Jewish Link, there's a star. It'll show you where to look, what page to look on in that week for that week's winners.
Full page spread.
Full page spread, and also a link to that. You could shoot it with your phone camera. That'll bring you directly to the page to do that. I also know that there's a WhatsApp post that's kind of been circulating
Yep.
online for people
Yep.
to also submit. And the more we get, the more chances that that we're going to be effective. So I'd love to get everybody involved in this.
Okay, 100%. Thank you. So just love being here with you. Super hatzlacha to everything you do. And just, I haven't done this ever before, but I'm giving you a bracha, Chanan. Like you're gonna, I know this is a small thing, but I can't wait to see where the next projects that you take on. Looking forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for being with us on the Jewish Link Pitch Meeting podcast. If you would like to participate or be in touch with us in any way, please email us at editor@jewishlink.news and follow us and find our podcast wherever you find podcasts.